Hello there, and welcome to my guide to Terra Tech Worlds version 0.2, and this is going to be a big information dump. I'm going to give you as much information as fast as possible about this game to bring you from beginner to pro in no time at all. We're going to start off right here. This is your tech. It's a glorified car with a pew-pew laser, and the objective to this game is to run around and farm some resources off of, get some iron and copper and stuff like that to start off and kill other techs and take their blocks and use them to make your tech bigger and better and stronger and become a badass and go through the other biomes. There's just three right now. The snow biome or the cold biome and the swamp biome right over there. You see that tree over there? That's the other biome. The other one is the forest, and there's a lightning forest and stuff like that. But lots of this terrain is going to be really hilly, so having lots of traction and stuff like that is going to help you a lot. So let's get started on the fundamentals of this game besides, the basic part right there that we just covered, and that is doing the objectives. You're going to want to do this at the start of the game. This is your the tutorial and all that kind of stuff, and later on you're going to send lots of resources in there to get these the payouts. And the other option you can do is kill guys, to get some of these currencies right here. But that's not very good. Like, kill 80 guys to get 350, so we can use this Blockopedia system that they have, and so we can learn the licenses to actually be able to craft this block. It would be better if they use a different system, like a research system or something like that, because 700 to learn how to craft armor, that's a lot of guys. I got to kill 160 guys to get enough currency to actually buy this and learn this recipe for yourself. Well, yeah, we don't want to do that. So it's better off just go killing the guys and hopefully getting the blocks that you need to build up your tech and go with it that way. You can see the little tech over there running around. That's why I'm looking at this guy that drives around there. These guys respawn all the time. I'm talking like 5 minutes, and they'll respawn in the same spot. So if I go there and kill that guy we can barely see driving around, if I go kill him like 5 minutes later, he'll be back again. The same, and the other thing, they come in packs of threes a lot too. So there's groups of three, so you're going to want to kill stuff fast and build up your tech and get all your stuff up and running. So one of the best ways to do that and get resources in this game is going to actually be your scrapper. So setting up an automatic scrapping system is going to be something you're going to want to do as fast as possible. You're going to have to set up your power system, but get the scrappers up and running, and then use this little system right here with these little tubes, right? So I'll put all my scrap into here. It's being automatically scrapped. The scrapping number right here, this right here can be a random value, and it matters for stuff like this. I think this is the maximum output I can get for the armor plates that I didn't want to buy, that I have lots of anyways. But yeah, purified iron, purified carbon, and phosphorus. Yeah, this is the maximum numbers, but they do change. Sometimes I won't get carbon at all if I take them in and out. But you can take this out and put it back in again to get different numbers on this. It's going to matter for some of the more advanced resources. Because I can use purified carbon to run my power stations, right? So that'd be nice to have versus not having it. Now all of these blocks are going to have that because that's where the randomness ends, and all the rest of them are going to give me that also for that. The rest of the stuff in there is basically junk stuff, which all feeds into there. So this little tube system that you set up, the flow is determined by this little flow right here. You can see it barely going out like that. So if I pick this up and I moved it around, that changes the flow. So now it's going in the other direction, and it can be hard to tell, especially if you're using a bigger tech and you can't zoom in and zoom out properly in this game. Like, I want to see stuff back there. That's going to be hard to see and navigate with the system, especially when you're using a big tech. At least with the small little guy that I'm using right now, to show you, for example, what you start with, I can zoom in here nicely and I can actually see this, and I got to flip it over a couple times to get the output, right? There we go. And then setting up something like that. So all your stuff goes inside here, then all 4 outputs go into your storage, which, for laughingly, only has 4 inputs and outputs total on there. This big storage only has 1 for each side when it can fit like 4 or something like that. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's a resource silo. You just put your resources in there. It should have that stuff. Yeah, that is just a bad system altogether. But yeah, you can set up systems like that to purify your stuff and refine it for you. And yeah, the most important one you want to set up right away is probably going to be your power one. So you put it in like something like this. You put your rubble in here. It goes into this machine. It turns into carbon, and the carbon goes into that silo. Then this machine eats all the carbon and turns it to refined carbon, and then you purify it into purified carbon, which goes into this silo right here, which feeds these other things right here. Of course, since there's only 4 connections, so I can feed 3 of these generators. And unfortunately, there's no splitters or anything like that. We only have the curve system and the tube system. That's it. We get a curve and we get a line. That's it for our conduits. So yeah, this one here can only feed 3. You can't even make a loop system because it only goes in 1 at a time. So this thing will fill 1 one of these generators up full, and then it will fill the next one up, and then the next one, and then it goes to the next output. And sometimes if you set up a big chain of these guys and loop it back in on itself, it just doesn't work because it'll just loop. The one item will just go through one at a time and loop through the whole system. So that doesn't work. So I got to actually pick up stuff from here manually and put it into this other refinery, and that will feed 4 of them itself, because I can do that and feed 4. And then so that way. So that's how you can expand your system until you can get into solar panels and stuff like that. So let's talk about our tech right now and building that up, because that's going to be the next best thing, is getting this stuff set up so you have your foundations up and running for your ammo and building and crafting and all that kind of stuff, and make it easy on yourself so you can go out and actually play this game a little bit more and do stuff. And that is modifying your tech and doing all this stuff, and that revolves around your tech yard right here. And your tech storages have to be connected to your tech yard by these yellow dots that you can see right here, and same with your fusion cores. They got to be connected by these yellow dots, which are different from these white dots for their connections. And your tech yard storage is right there, so it's just a little click away. And then we have, we can sort through all the different parts that we have, add more storage containers for ourselves, and navigate our cabs that way. Now the cabs have lots of different features on there. You have to buy the license for your cabs, and then I think you get this one for free, but you got to buy the rest with your license points over there, and then you can craft them. But unfortunately, it doesn't show you the 2 of the most important factors of your cab right here, which is going to be your battery power and your recharge rate on your energy. You can't do anything to make your recharge rate higher on your techs yet. And that's that would be nice to have. You're going to want to make energy weapon builds, but we don't have that yet. We can only add some more batteries to have a bigger storage for yourself, so you can burst guys down a little bit better with more battery power. But yeah, this right here doesn't show you that information. It shows you the other buffs, like the starting cab doesn't really have very much for its stuff on there. It has reaction load only for blocks of the hull type. So hull type blocks like this one right here have one less on a reaction, one less load point for them, which is nice to have, right? You want that for everybody on there. And that one doesn't actually affect your efficiency, and that's what that cab efficiency does right there. It affects stuff like that. So these other cabs, which have other efficiencies on them, will take effect, but these ones are all the same type hull and combat, basically. But the other modifiers we're talking about here is going to be your frames and your weapon mounts and your axles that you have. These all have modifiers with reactor load on there, right? And that just goes into efficiency themselves. So all these parts on the frames and the axles have the same, like minus 12 for reaction load, for your reactor load, sorry, I don't know why I said that, but your reactor load right here. So when you add a wheel, all that number goes into your cab efficiency. So yeah, that's the total points you're going to have for your cab, is going to be these 2 together. So that's going to be the total that you're going to want. And lots of these cabs right here are going to have a total of 400 right here, 180 and 220, 400. This one in here, well, that's 400 too. And this one here is not quite 400, but the heavy hauler cab is 400. This one is close to it. But they all have their different buffs that they have on their things. It's really hard to see them, unfortunately. And if I wasn't getting bugged by some little bug, that would be nice, but let's get back to that. But yeah, so it's hard to see. You can try and zoom up, but yeah, we just can't see it on here to see all the buffs and stuff like that. We can go to our Blockopedia, which shows you the same information on here a little bit better. But yeah, you can see what it does. All blocks have +2 recycle if you take damage, and if you take damage, you get armor. So yeah, that's an if on there, right? And all blocks get amplify and repair and recyclable when something gets broken. Well, I don't want stuff to get broken. This one here just has nanobot repair and nanobot repair on the next one for your stuff. This one here has like a superconductor on all blocks, but your tech has to be not moving. And you get turbo on all blocks when your tech's not moving. Well, that doesn't help your when you're moving, you don't have turbo on your wheels. That kind of sucks for that, obviously. But yeah, this harvester cab seems to be the best. +4 on all blocks as long as your weight is higher. That's nice. And then your engineering cab has a lot of buffs on there, so it makes it a nice choice too. Amplify, superconductor, anything that's directly connected to it gets that buff. But yeah, they change on there, and you can see the resources that you need to get them. But it doesn't have all the other information you're going to need for building a good tech. You actually have to buy it and make it for finding out what it is. So I got to make a new tech and actually pick the cab, and then I can see the recharge rate. It's got no batteries. It's got high recharge rate, so that's not bad for a tech. And lots of people probably use this one here. It's got that 400 max total on it. And if I want to up my capacity, I can add some more fusion cores. And as long as I have my fusion cores powered up and running, I can add those on there. We have some of those, but yeah, to get the modifiers up there, we can start adding a frame for thing. This is, we'll take what frame was good for this one right here. We'll just take this one here for now because like it will fit on the back without a problem. Just get on there. There you go. How about this side maybe? Come on, get on there. And the snapping and stuff like that in this game sucks. There we go. We snap it on there and see which way it is. I think we're facing the right way. There you go. So now we got the frame on here. This goes for the wheels, and yeah, not all the wheels are going to be the same when you're building your tech, even though they'll look the same. So yeah, this one right here, for example, the off-road, because traction matters a lot in this game. It looks exactly the same as this spiked wheel in the stats. Same weight, it's just uncommon, rare, reactor load is higher for it, but they function differently. They don't actually work exactly the same. When you're driving around on them, they actually have different stats. We can't see them, just be aware of that. It has a load, we don't understand what that is. It could be higher, it could be lower. They actually need to use numbers in this game, because load would be nice to know for your tech, because how much load can your wheels have? Do I need more wheels for my tech? Because you add a whole bunch of weight on there and increase your mass, you want to be able to move around, and you can't see those numbers, and that's important numbers that they're missing once again for their stuff. But we can go on there and add some of these wheels since they actually have a little bit of a different functionality on them. We can attach this big wheel here and attach this wheel here. We can go to the small wheels, there's the same size wheels that do the same thing, and attach them to the side, and then attach them there. Should move it up a little bit more on the other one. Yeah, let's move it up a little bit, just because I want to, if I can. Come on. Oh, yeah, I can't. But yeah, another function, you got to make sure you're using that flip function in this game. So if it's not snapping on properly, hit the F button, and then you can flip it, and then you can move around and get the proper side. So all these things can be flipped by using the F key on there. So there you go. Now the wheels, they're balanced out, and now I can drive around effectively if my cab was in the right direction, which is not. So let's take my cab and switch it around. Up there, come on. I know there's connections on there. Get it there. Okay, just connect. There you go. No, it wasn't backwards. Something is wrong with my wheels. I don't know what it is. They're just not going in properly. Maybe they're... Yeah, that's weird. That is weird how that's working. I've never seen that before. Anyways, just go on there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think my cab was too low. That's why. Dumb. Should be on the other side. They should put you over here. There you go. Hey, no. Stop snapping automatically somewhere else. There you go. Now it's not touching. My bad. I'm just fooling around with this stuff right here. But yeah, now we got a bigger cab. We can run around. It's fast, but it doesn't really turn very well. But you need that kind of stuff for running around in the mountains and stuff like that. But yeah, that goes up by the cab efficiency. My reactor capacity is 5, and that's what I'm trying to teach you right here. This is only 5, but this goes up by 40 because the wheels are on top of this frame. So that's taking all the stuff. And we want to use this system for our buffs. So make sure when you're building stuff, you check out the modifiers that you have, because wheels are affected by turbo for speed, and so are weapons. So if we want to do something, and have these things work a little bit better, we can add some more things. Like this here axle, for example, adds turbo and it's armor and nanobot repair. That's a nice thing to have. So we can go on here and stick this on our axles to this way and turn it, and we can put one there, and we can put one there, and now it's affected by both of these on this wheel. So now this wheel is doubled up that way, and then we can go ahead and stick this one here has turbo on it, +2 turbo. So we can stick that on here. It's a weapon mount, but yeah, still, we can add turbo on that side, and we can add another turbo on this side if we want to turbo our wheels up and get them up and running. So now we have, +6 turbo on our wheel, and lots of repair and lots of extra armor going on there. I know this looks sloppy, but that's how this system works on using all that stuff. And this here right here, this here axle has all those wonderful effects on them too, and then we can use that for our other weapons that we have on here. So we'll just go there and find a weapon. There's not much with multiple connections like this, 2 connections as we can see here, so we can stick that on there and check out this connection on there and see we get all the buffs off the axle, and then all the buffs off the other stuff from the cab right here that don't take effect until we take damage. But we can go to the modifiers and say we want some more turbo, for example, or whatever buff that we want. We can just stick that on there like that, and just that's how you can build stuff. Now I'm getting both of it, so now I got +3 turbo on the gun, so now I'm firing faster, and we can modify stuff like that up on your weapons. It comes in handy if you actually want to weapon yourself up on something big like this cannon right here, because it has 4 connections. So you can do this, 4 times on your stuff, wherever you have it connected to, and really up the damage on this thing, especially if you have it, up, 4 turbos on there or something like that. Of course, it takes power, but as you can see then, 15 and 55, I take this block off. It's all into the capacitor because these weapon blocks have an efficiency for weapons on their reaction load for the modifiers on there. So yeah, just be aware of whatever modifiers are. It only works for weapons on the weapons one. It only works for wheels on the rest. So yeah, it doesn't work on the little lasers and stuff like that. But yeah, we have a nice snapshot system. No, I'll try and talk slower. That we can use to actually get our techs up and running, and reload the ones that you see fit on there. So yeah, we can just load this guy up, and yeah, no cores or anything like that on this guy. He's a nice big beast and nice and fast. Lots of storage on there, heavy weapons and stuff like that. So one of the other, there's lots of other functions on there, up and down for that. Just be aware of that so you can actually zoom around properly and try to, but zoom is limited. I can't zoom in anymore when I really need to see all these connections that I have. Like, got the turbo connections on there, doubling it up on a more proper build at least on there. But yeah, we want to see our weapons firing arcs. It doesn't show you the commands, it is K. So hit the K key and we'll be able to see our weapon firing arcs. And we can see where they can fire. We can check out our center mass. And I didn't build this with this on there. I just got lucky in center of mass, getting pretty damn close on there, right? But yeah, you can see all the firing arcs on there on these weapons, and these are like sniper guns that do heavy damage from far away. Very slow at moving. Maybe this guy's a little bit faster, but yeah, this guy's turboed up and armored up. 8 turbo, amplify, and some 12 nanobot repair and 8 armor. So yeah, it's a nice tanky system right there, and without actually having any armor on it, I can do that. I'll have that nice armor system on there for something like this for yourself. But yeah. The tip is, did I tell you about this tip yet? I don't know. Well, going into the cold zone, you want to actually, overheat your reactor capacity. It's one of my tip videos. But yeah, you can just overheat your capacity by adding more stuff, and you'll start to overheat. And then we can load up another one. I already have one up and running. It's overheated on here. No, not this one. This one right here. There we go. This one here is loaded up on overheating. So you can see I'm over top of my reactor capacity on here, and so I'm overheating. I'm almost in the danger zone. It's going up in there. You lose some recharge rate. You lose some nanobot repair speed on there, and just make sure you don't go into red on this one here. You can go down to 0, but if you get into this red right here, you're going to blow up. So don't do this in the regular zones. I'm just close to the cold area, so I can get away with overloading myself. And if I want to add more, I could just add some more lasers to up my temperature up, and then I can run around into the cold zone without much of a problem. And if I want to do that right now, I can just grab some ammo. I'm running out. I need to make some more. I can grab some ammo. I can grab some, boosting fuel. I don't need it all. Let's grab some of it, and so on. But most of the guys in this game will drop just to tier 1 ammo. It's easy enough to make later on. To get the carbon and aluminum is pretty easy. Heavy ammo is relatively easy to get too once you're got lots of loot to scrap. All the other armor is ammo is pretty good too. Like the grenade ammo is easy to make, and I find, and so is the missile ammo. I'm using missiles right now, but they don't function very well. Sometimes you can just aim and not hit stuff. You hit plants and you blow, and then they don't die. It's weird how it works. So yeah, you might want to go with the grenade system on there. I think I got enough ammo. Did I got ammo on this one right here? No, it's all heavy ammo. Go with the heavy gun. But I'm overheated right now, and we're into the combat stage. So we'll show you some of the combat. I'll bring a couple extra lasers with me and go on there, and let's go kill some stuff, right? Let's do that. Let's go kill some stuff in the cold zone, because that's, the hardest part of the game right now is going through the cold zone and not worrying about using those stupid heaters that use ammo. It's ridiculous. I don't want to electrocute, or none at all, basically, right? So we'll go in here. Got to keep an eye on the temperature because it might not be cold enough, or hot enough for you. So you got to adjust that as you see fit, because the temperature will change a lot, and then those black zones in there, they'll actually get warm, get warmer on you, and so you just got to worry about that. These guys haven't respawned yet on the field, so we have to go a little bit farther out of my way to get some guys. But there's a couple just right here above the hill, and some over there, I think, for guys. I know I haven't killed them in a while. There's some right there. So there we go. We'll go kill these guys. So we got 3 guys. You can start firing. And take them. You're dead. Okay, you want to be funny? Oh, you're right in front of me. There we go. Go away. This guy's dead. If they're almost dead, I can just run them over too. Yeah, whatever. Just was running you over. I got heavy mass, so I can just blast right through them like that. So yeah, as you see, they're just shooting at me. I didn't really take much for. How much damage did I take? We can check it out on the block health right there. Like 10% damage on my wheels. Yeah, that wasn't very much on there for them just shooting at me, not caring, right? And for the heavy little guys, watch out for these things right here. They expand and blow up. And you can farm those resources. Just don't run into them or get close to them. So where's the other group? There you are. Oh, look at this. All surrounded by those little plants that blow up. Go hit the plants, guys. There you go. Plants. Yeah, just keep flying. Look at the parts. They're way over there. Yeah, you're toast. I'm not going in the water to get that. Screw that. Let's go fast. Yeah, see what their 2 turbos in there are going. See how fast we go. I wonder how much damage I take off this little jump. Oh, we got a grenader. Oh, watch out for him. Yeah, they just go around in circles a lot, right? Circles. I was running you over backwards. Sucker. You want to run into my backhand? Let's do that. You don't want to, turning and stuff like that is kind of difficult, but you need the traction in this game, especially with all how much cliffs you have to navigate. So yeah, there you go. There's an example of combats. Wow, got damaged pretty good, but that is just a resource laser, and it's at what's it at? What's the percentage at right there? 40%. Well, it's in the red, but 40% is not very much. But yeah, free reign is a lot better than not using those heaters and just running through there and killing stuff nice and fast. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's be nice and use some of my turbo speed on there. Let's take this jump. Yeah, whee! Splat. Bump it up. Yeah, dying's not a problem either. Just drop all your loot. You can leave that guy alone. He's weaker than the other guy, so that'd be just unfair to kill him right now. But there you have it. Example of combat and what you can do later on. I guess my next video is going to be on building something like this for an example and going through the step-by-step process of that if you need that for yourself. But yeah, you might not. You might. Just be aware. I'm going to do a video on actually building a tech in the best frame and the best tech you can make for yourself. But yeah, like a little loot I got there for that kind of stuff. You can just stash that. But anyways, we'll stash it later. Thanks for watching. And I think I covered everything you need to know and to get you started on this. And yeah, just go through here and see if I missed anything that's important. The rest of the stuff doesn't seem very important to me at the moment. It's just setting up your scrapper system and your power supply system and navigating your tech yard and all the different ins and outs of your tech and your buffs that you have. And stack them up there because having wheels with a nice high turbo in armor and the repair on there is nice to have to fly around there. So yeah, lots of storage, easy weapons to fire around there. Easily crafted, tons of weapons they drop and ammo and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.